So I'm Makaela. When I was 18, I started a student service company called Free the Fresher. We grew that to well, basically students would pay us £50 and then we give them everything they needed for uni. And then also loads of discounts to brands across the UK. Within the space of 5 years, we grew that to over 500,000 students, 2 offices, a beautiful team of like 50. And then in 2020, I sold it, which is a really big step. And then took a year, chilled, and now I run the marketing for a large student and events company and travel company. Entrepreneur to me is really anyone who has the balls and energy to really execute an idea that they have and just completely go for it. That could be literally anyone of any age. Yes, so I launched my company when I was 18 and I was technically in my second year of university. I was originally studying law and then I switched to business. It was a bit difficult, I'd say, to juggle both of them at the same time. But yeah, I did my first year and then my business sort of took off and then I made that my primary focus, but definitely stay in school kids. But yeah, I was doing both of them and then my university actually ended up giving me an honorary degree due to the success of my business, so yeah. It came about because I myself was a really broke student. When I made the harsh decision, I guess, to switch from law to business, my parents very much had me on that trajectory to be a lawyer. So dropping out of law school, you would have thought I told them I was like pregnant or something. Like, they were really not happy about it. So they were like, unless you study law again, you're gonna have to do whatever else it is by yourself. So in that decision, I moved to London, switched degrees, and was very, very broke. And then I needed a service like the one that I provided. And luckily, I had a really supportive boyfriend at the time. When I told him about the idea, I was like, yeah, just go for it. You have nothing to lose. And then from coming up with the idea to like 6 months later, I decided to actually push forward and through it. And then I went back home, worked 3 jobs, and then invested all the money that I made into the company. And then within a year of having the idea, I had sort of the goal of having 2,000 members to break even, and then I ended up getting 10,000. So it sort of took off from there and went running. My younger self. Luckily, because I started my business when I was 18, I didn't have anything to lose. I didn't really understand the risk that went into all that because I just didn't really know about it. So I'd say to me, to like not be so nervous, obviously be super dedicated and work really, really hard, but then also not to worry as well, because there was a lot of sort of like pressure, I guess, that came into starting a business and also not knowing what to do around it. I'd say that would be like my main advice. But then also, don't go to, not saying that you shouldn't go, but I thought for the longest time that, you know, it was like you needed to do a degree and have a certain path to really make something of yourself, and that just really ended up not being the case. What inspires me? Honestly, the ability to be able to live how I want and when I want and super intentionally. That was like the luxury, I would say, of running a company and having a successful business, just really to be my own boss and do really what I wanted when I wanted. And I think that being able to do that is something that constantly inspires me all the time, of having that flexibility. I have people that inspire me, definitely. I have a lot of people that I looked up to, especially, you know, my parents and mentors and people that I've met within sort of being an entrepreneur. But yeah, I'd say definitely the flexibility of just being able to live how I want, really. I would say just go for it. Honestly, like that's the best advice that I can give. If you have an idea, just do it. Even if you don't have any money, have no idea how you're gonna do it, if you are just dedicated and focused and put in the work ethic behind it, things always have like a really good way of working out. When I started my business, I had no idea what I was doing. I just said, this is something I want to do. This is a goal that I have. And I figured out everything that I needed to do to really make it happen. So I'd say like a work ethic and just really the balls to just go out there and do it, honestly. And it's great when you're young. You have nothing to lose. You don't have all the pressures, you know, of that like older people have when they actually want to make those decisions. So use your youth and your energy really to your advantage. Big shout out to Inside Success. Please like, subscribe, and what else? And follow. It's a really good organization.